Good evening and welcome. I'm sat on my cushions. So I have a comfy corner in my house. I have like an altar. I don't know if you can see it or not. But I have all my spiritual remembrances around me. So things that I've picked up on my travels and been drawn to. Mayan calendar. Yeah, just a lot of my remembrance from, you know, my scroll. This is an actual scroll blessed by the monks. I've got the actual authenticity somewhere, but I know it's a proper one that's come from far away, you know, and you can see the wear and tear in it. Now I've got my angel wings and all that, and in this cabinet I've got my books of alchemy, mysticism, light language, Wuthering Heights, holographic universe, the magic, secret, the power, you are not broken, yeah, you know, Dolores Cannon, all my things that have retained, you know, on my spiritual awakening journey for 8 years. So all books, you know, I speak about books a lot because books are really close to my heart, and I don't believe books are just books, you know. Now, some books, maybe, but the books I've come across, just recently, actually, these last few years, I know there's codes in there, you know, there's secret codes that, yeah, can awaken something up in us, you know, and, you know, books, sacred knowledge, yeah, you learn something you didn't know before, you know, and you absorb that and it can help you on your path. But I'm not only here to talk about all the stuff in my house, no, I need to do dragon, because dragon readings coming from. So yeah, I'm sat on the comfy cushions because I've hurt my knee. Oh, I have little issues with my knees after 20 something years of doing yoga and cycling. Yeah, they can play up a little bit, but I banged it the other day and did I shoot through the ceiling. But yeah, so just sat on my comfy spot. I can feel the dragons coming through. Yeah, path. The path. Yeah, we're all on a path, you know. We've all got our own journey to take. And our own ways of finding, you know, our way through this path. So books for me and crystals for me, and yeah, the things that I've just been speaking of, they've helped me on my path. You know, all this sacred knowledge and wisdom that's returned to me through reading these books. Yeah. Our path's individual, you know, it's unique to us. So what one finds doesn't necessarily mean the other one's going to find that, you know. 'Cause as I know it, my spirit team, my angels, and my ascended masters, you know, the guides that walk with me, guide me on my path. Everyone's different, so the books that return to me might not be the books that return to you. You know, I always speak about we're all on our own individual, unique soul journey. And yeah, no journey's the same. So, oh, Merlin's come out again. Look, yeah, Merlin came out the other reading. If you caught my last reading, I had a feeling Merlin's not finished with us. And usually when a download's finished and a message is finished, and I've fully got this message out, and we move on to the next, I don't get that repeat, you know. So it's like songs, synchronicity, signs, all of that. If I'm aligned and I've truly got the message, and I've got the message out, and I've done what I've needed to do, you know, on my path, fully aligned on it. Don't hear that repeat, but yeah, come upstairs just after being to cinema, and I watched the new Spider-Man. Very good. There's messages in there, you know. Like, every film I watch nowadays, I'm like, there's messages, and my partner's just like, just watch the bloody film. They're not all got codes in them. I'm like, unbeknownst to you, yeah, they bloody have. Yeah, they have. Not all of them, but I'm saying, yeah, there's certain things, you know, certain films that they're giving us messages. So Merlin is not finished with his message, and I knew he wasn't, because I'm working with Merlinite crystal, because that brings in the balance, especially in this portal that we're in, brings in that balance. So the crystal, it's got dark and light, it's over there at the minute. So, but I've been meditating with it this morning and going very deep into my meditations this morning, because I'm using this portal. So the need to remind us to keep using this portal. Don't forget it's here. I mean, how can you forget it's here? Because the energy, you know, feel a bit more settled today. Feel a bit more balanced. And I know why, because I've been working with Merlinite. So again, they align us with things that we need on our path. So I started this reading off with showing you, my house contents. But it's not just my house contents, you know, it's things that I've been aligned and I've been guided to by Merlin. Yes, Merlin guided me to Merlinite. And then Merlin started coming through from it in the Akashic fields, and I started to retain all this sacred knowledge, and so on and so on and so on. And that's what happens on your path. You get guided and aligned to the exact books, the crystals, the people, the environments, places like Wales. Just recently visited there. I know I got sent there for a reason, because it's something to do with my path, you know. So Merlin is not finished with us, so let's see where this reading goes. Yeah, dragons, and I get words, I get visions, I get thoughts, I get songs, many forms of channeling come through, numbers, universal numbers, yeah, get all of that. More so now, you know, especially this portal that we're in. Been through many portals on this journey, this path of mine, and each portal seems to be getting stronger, you know, as in my gifts are coming more online, you know, more on fire. Yeah, they're saying I'm becoming more. I'm becoming a flame. I'm becoming the flame I always was meant to be. But instead of, so we had fire and ice. So this colour, ice colour. Yeah, if you caught the last reading, it's about fire and ice. And I'm going to do a live on TikTok. It's not my first live. I've done one before, but I've done it with one of my light worker friends. This one I'm very much guided to do on my own, and to bring through a beautiful fire and ice meditation to burn through the ice wall around our heart, you know. Now you might be thinking, cheeky cow, why she saying my heart's got an ice wall around it? I don't just mean the physical heart, you know, the human heart. No, we've got a sacred heart, and it's locked away. And yeah, our human heart does build up a wall, you know, because it's our mechanism of protection. But this portal, this fire I've found inside myself, this fire is burning now, and it can't be put out by this ice. No. So I can show others how to keep this, you know, find the fire inside themselves, to melt the ice around the heart, and to keep this fire burning. You know, when you keep that fire burning, that's what this meditation is about. Then you can walk your path with an open heart. and no ice around that heart, you know, no protection. But as in, you won't need protection, you know, because you'll know your fire, you know. So you know your boundaries, you know your emotional boundaries. You learn on this path to guard and protect yourself, you know. Your spirit team also do that. So yeah. So this colour, you know, it's heart chakra colour. They're both fire, you know. You've got the rose and you've got the green for the heart chakra. You can walk this path truly, truly with an open heart. And when you walk your path with an open heart, magic appears. The magic inside you, because magic's in here, you know, wrapped around this heart of ours. You know, we've put up this ice wall. I know I did. My heart was closed off for many, many years because of the pain and because of the loss and things that we go through, you know, in our human experience. Not just in this lifetime, but past lifetimes also, you know. Yeah, I knew I had to break through, you know, and use this fire to melt that ice wall around my heart. It's time, you know, knew that. So they're saying I am the flame to show others, and I'm a twin flame. Yeah, you don't get any more clever than that, do you? Yeah, they're saying I've got these. I've got my gifts now. So again, it's like another ice colour card, isn't it? Yeah, they're saying I've got the gifts to help others melt this ice wall around their heart and find their sacred heart. Now, we've got two colours on here. So we've got rose and we've also got the green. Both heart chakra colours. So you've got the human heart. You've also got the sacred heart. Got two hearts. Did you know we had two hearts? Well, we have. But you know, first to discover that we've got two hearts, we use this fire. So they're saying I need to use the fire to help others fall out their heart, you know. Find both the hearts, the human and the sacred heart. So melt this ice around our hearts. It's time, you know. And then we walk our path. Yeah, we walk our path. Truly, truly whole. You know, you may hear me speak about heart because that is the heart of this connection, you know, twin flame. It's the centre of it all, you know. If our heart has got an ice wall surrounding it, our higher heart, you know, a sacred heart, yeah, you can't truly walk your path in authenticity and yeah, find peace, you know. Can't. Just impossible. I tried. I thought my heart and I thought my sacred heart, I thought both my hearts had you know, melted this ice wall. I was wrong. I still had a bit of work to do, you know. I still had a bit more wisdom to return to me. Yeah, more fire to find inside me. To keep that fire burning also, you know, because on your spiritual path, people can want to put this fire out. And do you know how they put this fire out? They want to throw ice on this fire. So now, no, I truly, since I've melted the ice wall around my two hearts, my sacred heart, you know, my higher heart, I keep this fire burning now, and nobody can throw ice on my heart. It's just impossible, because I know who I am. I know the truth of us. I know who we all are, and I know that these gifts belong inside us all. These gifts are inside of us all. And Merlin, you know, is all about the magic. Yes, these gifts, the magic. They're the magic. It's our divine blueprint, you know. Magic has been here all along, inside. But our hearts, There's had a bit of ice round them, you know, this ice wall. And now is the time we bend that ice wall down. We bring it all down. And that is what twin flames do, mirror souls. Yeah, we do the work, you know, we do the work. We find these dormant aspects inside ourselves, our gifts, our magic. We go ahead, because again, you can't guard others on this path. It's finding their hearts, you know, the sacred heart, the higher heart. If you know, you haven't bent that ice wall down with your fire that you found for yourself, you can't find that. You can't help others find their dormant aspects, the gifts, the magic inside them. So, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, all the gifts that now make me channel, you know, for source. The channel I always was, but I just had too much of an ice wall up, you know. And yeah, I can see somebody chipping away. Do you know when you chip away at ice sculptures? Yeah, there was a bit more chipping away to do. And fire, yeah, can never be put out again. So my path, yes, I'm a mirror soul. Woke up 8 years ago, somebody shone this bright mirror in my face, and I was like, whoa, I don't really like the look of that. It's a bit smudgy and I can't see what's behind it, and I can't see all my gifts, or, you know, didn't know I held these gifts inside me. Didn't know that the Merlin inside me would retain, and my gifts and the magic inside. Didn't know I had dormant aspects of myself, so multi-dimensional parts of myself. So my connection to Lemuria, my twin flame connection, didn't know any of that until this mirror got held up, and I was like, oh, I've got a bit of smudges on there, I need to clean this mirror up. Yeah, so like chipping away at that ice, yeah, I needed to clean this mirror. So it's clean up, they're saying, you know. I see people going in now cleaning up. So we need to clean things up inside ourselves. And it's all about going inside on this path, not looking outside, not going to others to ask them, well, where do I go? Or what am I meant to do? Like what's happening to me? No, you figure it out. You figure it out yourself. Because that's what truly retains your gifts back to you, you know, the magic, the strength, the love, yeah, they're all gifts as well, you know. So, yeah, you figure this path out as you go along. Yeah, with courage. You need lots and lots of courage on this path. And, you know, there'll be times where you don't feel you're strong enough. But you are. You've always been strong enough, you know. You are the dragon. You're the dragon rider. Got this inside you. But yeah, there's times on this journey you think, I'm not strong enough. I can't push through this. I can't do it. You know, this ice wall, it's too much to chip away at. But yeah, this takes over. Your thoughts. Yeah, your thoughts. Yeah, it's ice colour also. Look, yeah, your ice wall, that's thoughts, you know, so it's getting in the way of truly finding your dormant aspects inside you, so your gifts, your magic. Yeah, your thoughts, your ego mind, your human mind, you know, that programming, what we've all been programmed, let's face it, we're in the matrix. But yeah, this matrix to me was my ice wall, and I started chipping away at it, that sculpture, and there's nothing left of it, you know. No, in place of it, there's this fire inside me. So this ice wall, it has no hold over me anymore. These thoughts, they don't have a grip on me anymore, because I understand the truth of this path. I understand because my wisdom's returned, my ancient soul wisdom. And my gifts, my ancient soul gifts. It's always been inside of me. Just have to chip away at that ice first and get my fire burning and keep it lit. Yeah, keep it lit, they're saying. Because others will try to throw ice over your fire to dim your light, to put it out, you know. But, no, once that fire's lit, yeah, there's no stopping you then. Your gifts also get more powerful. Because you're fully stepping into the heart, you know, your sacred heart. You're fully, yeah, like these two dragons here, they're embracing. So cute. They're embracing each other. Yeah, you start to embrace every part of you. Every gift, every, you know, dormant aspects of yourself. You start to embrace it all. Because you know that, yeah, you're in this, you know, you're in the new world. And you're here to help others discover this new world inside themselves. So you know that, you know, your gifts tell you that. Your sight comes back, you know, so eyes to see, ears to hear. Yeah, Mary Magdalene, yeah, your dormant aspect. My dormant aspect is my connection to, you know, Mary Magdalene. Yeah, your connection to the universe gets stronger. So, you know, moons, the cosmic alignments, all of that, the moons, the cycles, yeah, I can feel all of that. This portal that we're in, Leo season, fire. Yeah, I can feel the fire because I'm a Leo. And I could also feel this energy before, you know, it was coming, because that's my gift. So I have that seer in me, you know. So yeah, but because I'm more connected to the universe now than I've ever been in my life, you know. I was always meant to be, because it was always a divine order, divine plan that was happening beyond this world, you know. My guides, my spirit team, God, yes, God, I will say God, because that is the path that this it's led me back to, you know, the God inside me. So the Christ light inside me. So the Christ light inside us all. That, you know, has led me then to like connection to the universe. And I'm like, oh, there's a lot more that we really didn't know, you know, until I started to wake up. Yeah, fully connected to the universe now. Signs, synchronicities, numbers, all of that. Portals, yes, all connected. Any more dragons? Yeah, I'm fully connected to the verse also. So, unbeknown to me, I am the verse. Yeah, I had some thorns there, you know, to wait for many years before I fully uncovered that I have a connection to the verse path, so Mary Magdalene, verse connection. But I have this connection because I am the verse. We are the verse. So, you know, when you find all this inside yourself, your dormant aspects return to you. So part of my dormant aspects and my multidimensional fractals of myself is my connection to the verse. And the Mary Magdalene path, you might see other videos on here, and I share my journey to the Cave of Eggs. I share my journey very openly now, you know, because that's what I learned also. I needed to fall into grace and just speak about my journey and not hide any part of myself, you know, to fully bloom, to fully let my petals unfurl and yeah, and retain my crown of roses, I had to fully embrace, you know, all of this journey, all of my multidimensional parts of me. That's the wholeness. That is when you truly step into your fire, you know. That's when you truly start to roar, and nobody, no ice, nope, can ever put that fire out again. Because you know, you're the rose. You know, you've worked through your thorns. So you haven't cut the thorns off. No, the thorns come with you. The thorns stay on the rose. They belong together, you know, like these two dragons. These belong together. The heart and the sacred heart. They belong together, you know. They're part of you. They are, you know, they are you. Yeah, the ferns and the rose, they belong together. So the human, so the ego, you don't eliminate the ego, you balance the ego out. That comes with you. You need that, you know. That's the human. Then you find the rose. You found all this beauty inside of yourself. This love inside yourself. You know, you've been a rose all along, you know. And pretty confusing path. And you think, why couldn't you just told me that from the beginning? No, because then, where would you find the courage? Where would you find the strength? Where would you find the fire? You know, where would you find the wisdom? Where would you find the connection to the universe? Where would you find your gifts? Where would you find that magic inside of you? How would you know you hold this magic inside of you? No, it's the journey, you know. It's the journey. And that's another thing I've fallen into. It's just enjoying the journey and not wanting to skip to the end, you know. I know I'm this rose. I know that I'm going to bloom and just, yeah, you know, become a full rose garden and show others the way to, you know, their rose garden and the rose inside themselves. I know that. That's my path. But yeah, it's the journey. So that song, what's that song? It's the ride. Yeah, it's not. Oh, what is it? It's something. It's the ride. It's the journey. You know, it's the can't rush it. You know, it's the journey that gets us there. That brings us back to that wholeness of us. Yeah, the initiations that happen on this journey. Yeah, every initiation you push through takes courage. And wow, are there some initiations on this path? You know, beyond what I could have even thought up. But that's where you found fire. You found more and more fire inside yourself. Every initiation. So judgments, projections, societal programming. Yeah, push through it all, you know. Yeah, spirit will send you initiations. Why? Because they want you to find this courage. They want you to keep pushing through those obstacles. And you know, when you're ready, that's when you find all the fire inside yourself. Any more? Yeah, new Merlin. Merlin's at the centre of this reading. If I could bring my camera down, but is at the centre, and I knew it was coming through more loud and clear. And plus, I've been working with the Merlinite, you know. And that's another thing, because I'm so connected to the signs and the synchronicities and the universe and all of that, and I know these portals are so important for us to work with, and you know, you just keep getting more and more fire inside yourself, every portal, every eclipse, all of that. When we work with the universe, more and more gives return in our magic. But I knew Merlin was not finished with us quite yet, and I don't think he will be. No, it's not going to say stay silent. He said, no, no. So this card's silence. Yeah, on this journey, you're going to silence. There's reasons for that. Spirit will take you away from family and friends for a certain amount of time. In that isolation, that's where you found the courage. That's where you found that fire inside yourself. That's where you found the wisdom. You know, yeah. That's where you found the dormant aspects in the silence. But Merlin's saying, no, now is not the time for silence. So my days of being silent are over. Because I've attained, you know, magic and the gifts inside myself. So I know now we all hold this inside us. And my mission here as a twin flame is to show others they also hold this flame inside them, you know. Not necessarily a twin flame, no, we're all on our own unique soul journey. But we've all got flame inside us, you know. We've all got this fire inside us. And when you find that fire and you keep that fire lit, that's when you find your magic. Yeah, so passionate about the magic. Because it's been hidden from us, you know. They didn't want us finding this magic. And I bet you're thinking, what's she on about? Well, the powers that be. They did not want us to find this. Yeah. So anymore, yeah, they tried to keep us in the shadows for a long, long time. But when we wake up to this path and we go into our shadows, in that silence, the silence is the shadows, you know, it's your death and your rebirth. So your dark night of the soul. In those shadows, when you face your shadows, that's where you find your magic. You know, because it takes courage to face your shadows. It's not easy. I know it isn't easy. I've done it. But I kept doing this. I kept giving myself love, self-care. That's what I kept bringing it back to. So facing these shadows, I was like, all right, shadow. And you know, also I gave the shadow love as well. So the shadows inside myself, I thought, I'm going to love every part of myself. The shadow, the light. Yeah, I gave my shadows the love. Then came back home, you know, to myself. Realised, oh, I'm this fully bloomed rose. And I have very, very special spiritual gifts inside me. And I'm not the only one. And it's magic. And I'm not the only one. We all have this magic inside us. That's because I face my shadows. Any more? Any more? Yeah. Yeah, that's death. Yeah, you have a death and you have a rebirth. You do. That's dark night of the soul. That's where you face shadows. That's where the silence is. That's where you find your courage. That's where you find more and more love for yourself. That's where you keep pushing through. That's where your connection to the universe comes in stronger. That's where you learn to alchemize the thoughts, so the negativity, the ego mind. You alchemize all of that. This fire burns through it all. That's where you become the fire. Yeah. And you were the dragon rider. Yeah. We're all dragon riders, you know. The dragons are attained, you know. The dragons are hiding in the shadows anymore, and neither are we. So, Lightworkers, Twin Flames, 144. Whatever label you want to put on us, I just say that I came here to help others, you know. Like, I chose this. My soul chose this. I know that because I've retained the wisdom back to myself. That ancient knowing of, I chose this. I chose to come here and face my shadows. and to help others face their shadows. You know, make friends with the shadow, love the shadows, all parts of themselves. So this journey, really, to become the dragon rider we always was. It's just about that. Giving yourself love, self-care, nurturing, those divine feminine qualities. And divine feminine qualities, you know, that's our connection to source. And that's what the shadow, they tried to keep in the shadows from us. That's why they tried to hide it in the shadows. Because they knew that when we find our connection to source, divine feminine, we find the love for ourselves, that unconditional love. You know, and we face our shadows then, you know, we have that courage enough to face our shadows. And when you face your shadows, you return back to your magic. And then that disrupts the pattern, you know. It disrupts it all. The matrix. Yeah, we disrupt the matrix. We bring that matrix down. We've chipped away enough, you know, that ice around our hearts that, yeah, we've crumbled that matrix. There's no place for the matrix in my life anymore. I don't believe in it. No. There's no place. There's only place for this. Magic. And love. Unconditional love. Yeah. This shadow card keeps staring at me. No. Time is now to come out of the shadows. Face our shadows. And, you know, with that, yeah, love your shadows. Love all parts of yourself. Merlin's saying. All parts. That's what returns your gifts and your magic. When you start to love all parts of yourself. Yeah, it's a new world. He's saying it's the new world where we find this magic now. That's been hidden in the shadows for a long, long time. And it's a new world where we give ourselves that love, you know, that unconditional love. And we find our sacred heart. We embrace all parts of ourselves, shadow and light. Thank you, Merlin. Now, I feel like that could be, no, they're saying there will be another message. Are you sure? Yes. But not today. So like my downloads, they can come in. You know, sometimes a few days or a week, or sometimes I'll do them straight away. It's just when they land, as I know it, it's when they, I'm like a coded computer, that's as I like in it. And when those codes are ready to, you know, send out, then, yeah, my nervous system's integrated them. Then I send them out into the universe to help others. Signs, synchronicities, numbers, all of that. Yes. Codes I'll bring through. Just like the universe guides me, you know. That's what we're here to do. Guide others. Once we find we are the guards. You've got to discover you are the guard, but you know, first. But, yeah. Oh, right. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go get some tea. I'm going to reiki my knees. No, that's another thing, you know, suffering. No. And I don't have to suffer. I'm a reiki practitioner. I hold the highest Christ light inside myself, as you all do. We hold this in our hands, you know, every one of us. Not one of us is any different. We all hold this beautiful magic, you know, and healing in our hands. So I am a Reiki practitioner. I am attuned to the Reiki symbols and the angelic symbols also. So I shall be Reikiing my knee, you know. I don't have to suffer. None of us do. No. So we all hold this. Yeah, we all hold our own healing, you know, inside us. We can heal ourselves. Yes, we can. I've done it many, many times. So I shall leave it there. 40 minutes, a bit long, but it's what it is. People will find it, or they're meant to find it. Yeah, Merlin says, use this portal still. Keep pushing through. And I shall speak to you soon.